stir your tea, watch the steam fade. You say you're fine, but your eyes look far away. You used to talk in colors, now it's black and white replies. I reach across the table, you're already in your mind. We share the same old stories, they don't end the way they did. Laughter falls between us like a secret we once hid. Our feelings drifted outward, past the room, past what we knew, like letters left unopened. All the words can't make it through. We're holding on in silence to a love that's growing faint. Our feelings drifted outward till we barely know the shape. You sleep facing the window, chasing something in the dark. I trace the crease between us like a slowly closing arc. We cancel little plans now, say we're tired, say another time. It's tiny cuts and quiet, bleeding out what once was mine. Our feelings drifted outward, past the room, past what we knew, like letters left unopened. All the words can't make it through. We're holding on in silence to a love that's growing faint. Our feelings drifted outward till we barely know the shape. Were we careless or were we careful till it hurt? Till we whispered too much comfort, till we buried all the dirt. You're here beside me, but you're fading like a sound. I call your name so softly, it just doesn't echo now. Our feelings drifted outward, past the room, past what we knew, like letters left unopened. All the words can't make it through. We're standing in the doorway, neither one of us will say. Our feelings drifted outward, and they're too far back to say. You stir your tea, let the spoon fall, and almost say don't leave me. You don't notice at all. You were tracing circles on my knee, saying we're okay, just breathe. But your eyes were on the ceiling, like they were searching for a way to leave. We used to pour our hearts into 3 a.m. calls. Now you just scroll in silence while I talk to the wall. I'm reaching for your hand, you're reaching for your keys. Every step I take toward you, you're drifting out to sea. Everything between us lost balance, tilting, slipping out of our hands. I kept holding on to the damage, you kept calling distance a plan. Tell me, was I heavy on your heart, or just light enough to fall apart? Everything between us lost balance, and I'm the one left catching air. I dress up for the dinner, you show up an hour late. Your body sits across me, but your mind's in another place. No, I laugh at all your stories, ones I've heard 1,000 times. You don't ask about my day now, you just comment on the wine. Everything between us lost balance, tilting, slipping out of our hands. I kept holding on to the damage, you kept calling distance a plan. Tell me, was I heavy on your heart, or just light enough to fall apart? Everything between us lost balance, and I'm the one left catching it. Oh, I set my feelings on the table. You said, can we do this later? Later turned into never, never turned into strangers. How did love turn into labor? And your touch feel like a favor. I was begging you to stay. You were learning how to walk away. Everything between us lost balance. You were steady packing your bags, I was steady praying for magic. You were reading exits on maps. Tell me, was I heavy on your heart, or just light enough to fall apart? Everything between us lost balance. Now I'm here breathing in the lag, so I'm weighing every memory against the cost of staying sad. You once held my whole world steady. Now I'm learning how to stand. Everything between us lost balance, but maybe I can find my own again. You left your sweater on my chair, still smells like last July. We used to dream in every room, now I just turn off the lights. I keep your toothbrush by the sink, like one day you walk in, talk about a long hard week, act like we never been, never broke, never split. Tell me, when did we start talking like strangers? Sleeping back to back, how did holding you for hours turn into counting what we lack? Everything we built came undone, pulled the thread and watched it run. All our little days just scattered on the floor. On the floor, we were holding on for dear life to a house already torn inside. Now I'm standing in the ruins at your door. Everything we built came undone, came undone. I still said to place down and I can't shake the shape of us. Your chair across the table feels louder than the silence does. Our picture's crooked on the wall, the frame's about to fall, just like promises we made that couldn't hold the weight at all. Tell me, when did every I love you start to sound like please don't go? How forever in your arms turn into learning how to be alone. Everything we built came undone, pulled the thread and watched it run. or 1,000 quiet cuts? Did we drown in all the almost? Did we forget how to trust? I replay the way you said my name like it still belonged to you. Now it's just an empty echo, fading through these empty rooms. Everything we built came undone. Pull the thread and watched it run. All our little days just scattered on the floor. We were holding on for dear life to a house already torn inside. Now I'm learning how to lock a different door. Everything we built came undone, but I'm still made of what we were. So I'll sweep up all the pieces when you're gone. Everything we built came undone, came undone, came undone. Yeah. You love the parts you understood. You like the way I made you feel good, but you never stayed long in my silence. You changed the subject when I got quiet. You said, why you always think so deep? I laughed it off and lost a little sleep. You kissed my forehead, turned off the light. I lay awake still talking inside. I needed something you didn't, more than your hands on my skin. I wanted someone to listen when my words got tangled within. I tried to fold myself smaller so your arms could fit me in it, but I needed something. I needed something you didn't. You brought me flowers late one night, left them on the counter under yellow light. You called it love and I know you meant it, but you never asked where my heart had been. You heard my stories like they were songs, pretty for a moment, then you moved on. I learned your habits, your Sunday moods. You never learned what my silence proved. I needed something you didn't, more than your name on my phone. I wanted someone to notice when I felt most alone. I tried to bend till I finished, just to keep us from the limit, but I needed something. I needed something you didn't know. Maybe you're not cruel, just not built like me. You want simple, I want truth, even when it's ugly. I kept hoping you would see me past the smile I always printed, but you loved the girl you pictured, not the one who really lived it. Oh, I needed something you didn't, more than a promise in bed. I wanted someone to wonder what was going on in my head. I can't keep begging for water from a well that's always distant, so I leave with this whisper. I needed something you didn't. I needed something you didn't, more than a half-hearted try. I wanted someone beside me when the tears wouldn't dry. You say you gave that's the hardest sentence, but I needed something. I needed something you didn't. I needed something you didn't. You were on the couch, phone light on your face. I was on the edge, trying not to break. You said it's been a long day, then you close your eyes. I held every question right behind my quiet sighs. You traced my shoulder like that meant we were fine, but touch don't carry meanings if it never meets a line. I needed words you never spoke. You gave me silence like a coat, heavy on my shaking bones. I never felt so alone. I needed truth, I needed hope. You watched me drown, you stayed afloat. I begged for something I could hold. I needed words you never spoke. Dinner on the table, forks that never scrape. You nod at the TV while I practice what to say. I dress up my feelings in a half smile, half a joke. You laughed and changed the channel like the moment never woke. How can I read a heart that only speaks in shrugs? You call it just my silence, but it feels like giving up. I needed words you never spoke. You gave me silence like a cold, heavy on my shaking bones. I never felt so alone. I needed truth, I needed hope. You watched me drown, you stayed afloat. I begged for something I could hold. I needed words you never spoke. I don't need poetry, just I hear you, just I'm trying. I don't need promises, just I'm with you, just I'm trying. Yeah, every quiet minute cut me like a note, written but erased before it left your throat. I needed words you never spoke. You gave me silence like a coat, heavy on my shaking bones. I never felt so alone. I needed truth, I needed hope. You watched me drown, you stayed afloat. I begged for something I could hold. I needed words you never spoke. So now I pack my questions in this halfway open door. You finally whisper, talk to me, but I don't hear it anymore. You came in crashing, I opened every door, lit every hallway, just to see you more. You asked for patience, I carved it from my days, tore down my boundaries, let you rearrange. kept saying it's okay. Every time I felt you pull away, held my breath while your silence filled the room. I stayed until nothing remained. Gave you all my colors till I faded to gray. I poured every heartbeat into your shaking hands. I stayed until nothing remained. You slept through sunrise, I watched the curtains close, counted the heartbreaks you would never know. Your name on my phone screen still made my hand shake. You call when you were empty, I'd give till I ache. I kept saying I'm alright while I cried, quiet in the porch light bit my tongue so your guilt would not bloom. I stayed until nothing remained. Gave you all my colors till I faded to gray. I poured every heartbeat into your shaking hands. I stayed until nothing remained. Who am I now with your shadow gone? My voice sounds strange when I'm singing alone. I walk through the rooms you once occupied, just echoes of I'm fine that I told you I lied. Yeah, I stayed until nothing remained. Gave you all my colors till I faded to gray. I poured every heartbeat into your shaking hands. I stayed until nothing remained. Now there's just quiet when my laughter rang, an outline of a woman you slowly erased. I stayed till nothing remained, till nothing remained. You came home late, smelled like somewhere. Lipstick on your sleeve and a blank stare. I cooked your plate, watched it get cold. You said you're tired, I said I know. I kept tracing all your shadows just to say I wasn't blind. You were halfway out the doorway, I was begging you to try. I stayed while you let go, held on till my hands bled slow. You were already leaving way before the door. I gave you my always, you gave me almost. I stayed while you let go, stayed while you let go. repeated every word till they sounded kind. You saved your breath when I cried at night. Turned over in bed, turned off the light. I kept mending little fractures, calling broken pieces fine. You were planning other chapters, I was stuck on the first line. I stayed while you let go. Whoa. Held on till my hands bled slow. Ooh, you were already leaving way before the door. I gave you my always, you gave me almost. I stayed while you let go. Stayed while you let go. Funny how love can look like begging. How my please stay sounded like forgetting. You moved your boxes out of our heart, but I moved my heart first of all. I stayed while you let go. Held on till my hands bled slow. You were already leaving way before the door. I gave you my always, you gave me almost. I stayed while you let go. Now I'm the one who knows you let go so easy, like I was made to fall. But I walked out quietly, hands shaking, so cold. I stayed too long. Now I'm gone, you let go. You used to hold me like I might vanish. Now we hold silence, careful as glass. You used to talk in oceans, now every word feels small. You sit across the table, staring through the wall. I laugh a little louder, you barely even turn. I pour another coffee, watch the edges burn. Our love slowly turned fragile, paper in the rain. Every little touch now threatens it with strain. Used to be unbreakable, now I'm scared to breathe your name. Our love slowly turned fragile, and I don't know who's to blame. We used to fight and fall asleep, legs tangled, hearts still warm. Now we skip the fighting, we just ride the quiet storm. Your phone lights up the bedroom more than I like your eyes. I fold into my corner, counting all the whys. Our love slowly turned fragile, paper in the rain. Every little touch now threatens it with strain. Used to be unbreakable, now I'm scared to breathe your name. Our love slowly turned fragile, and I don't know who's to blame. Did we chip away in pieces, tiny cuts we never named? Did the promise Every it's whatever leaves another stain. Used to be unshakable, now it shatters when you stay. Our love slowly turned fragile, slipping through us every day. You used to hold me like I might vanish. Now I hold my breath, careful as glass. You said this is better, like you were reading off a screen. Packed your careful suitcase, folded up the in-between. Coffee going colder, your keys still on the tray. You kissed my forehead lightly, then just walked away. The sending left me questioning, were we ever really real? Did I dream the way you held me, or rewrite the way you'd feel? If you had to go and say it, say you never meant those things. I'm stuck inside the silence. This ending left me questioning. Friends keep taking sides now, like they can file my heart. It just wasn't working, like love's a broken part. I replay that last night, every word you didn't say. Did I miss the warning, or did you hide the ache? This ending left me questioning, were we ever really real? Did I miss 1,000 moments when you'd already learned to heal? If you had to go, then say it, say you never meant those things. I'm tracing all our fault lines. This ending left me questioning. Did you fall out slow or all at once? Was there one last chance I let slip past us? Yeah, were you reaching out while I was reaching in? Or were you halfway gone back then? This ending left me questioning every promise, every kiss. Did you lie to me on purpose, or just fall out of all this? If you had to go, then say it. Don't pretend it's just a thing. I'm here with all these answers. This ending left me questioning. Almost alone, breathing in the quiet, pictures on the floor, your sweater on the chair, like you walk back through that door. I still park in the same old space, buy your coffee just in case, catch your name on every page of this day that will not change. thought time would fold this hurt away, but every hour still starts with yesterday. This goodbye changed everything, took the color out of spring, turned the laughter in this house into echoes I can't sing. You were more than just a chapter, you were the story I was in. Now the ending's on the first page. This goodbye changed everything. I keep talking to an empty room, set a place I never use. All the plans we pin like stars, now just holes up in the dark. Everyone says I'll find my feet, but they don't know how deep you ran in me. This goodbye changed everything, took the color out of spring, turned the laughter in this house into echoes I can't sing. You were more than just a chapter, you were the story I was in. Now the ending's on the first page. This goodbye changed everything. Maybe losing you is how I learned to stand in all this wreckage and not burn. I'm still reaching out to where you used to be, but there's a future waking up in me. This goodbye changed everything, taught my heart a different wing. I'm still trembling when I walk, but I'm walking through the sting. You were more than just a chapter, you were the story I was in, and I'm writing what comes after. But this goodbye changed everything. Ooh, breathing in the quiet, whispering your name. I'm a different person now, since everything changed. We shared a coffee and a winter coat, shared every secret like a sacred oath. You traced my future on your bedroom wall, said nothing's gonna change us, you were wrong. Now I scroll through versions of you, laughing with people I don't know. How did we go from always to almost, to strangers that pass in the snow? Time changed every part of us, every soft word turned to rust, every promise gathered dust, till it crumbled in my hands. You grew into someone new, I outgrew the old me too. Guess we did what time will do, it changed every part of us. Your sweater still hangs on the second chair, threadbare elbows, little stain right there. I keep it folded like a photograph. Maybe I hold on so I don't collapse. I replay nights, dim kitchen lights, arguing over nothing much. much now. All that fights inside me is missing your voice and your touch. Time changed every part of us. Every soft word turned to rust. Every promise gathered dust, till it crumbled in my hands. You grew into someone new. I outgrew the old me too. Guess we did what time will do. It changed every part of us. If we met again next year, will we even recognize the version standing here, or just the shadows in our eyes? You taught me how to break, I learned how to bend. Maybe losing you was how I found myself again. Yeah, time changed every part of us. Every soft word turned to rust. Every promise gathered dust, till it crumbled in my hands. You grew into someone new. I outgrew the old me too. Guess we did what time will do. It changed every part of us. Now I raise a glass to who we were. Let the quiet have the final word. We were enough till time changed every part of us. We used to talk till the sky turned pale. You traced my jaw like a holy grail. You laughed so loud, coffee on your sleeve. All of those nights I still have belief. But little things cracked, we never wrote them down. One broken promise at a time we drowned. Time took pieces of us like waves from a shoreline. Pulled what we built back into the dark. I keep holding these crumbs of a once golden lifeline. You're still in my veins but gone from my arms. Time took pieces of us till it carved out my heart. We lived on floors, eating takeout cold. Your hoodie warm, my hands felt old. We changed that song so we'd skip the pain. Now every quiet room sings your name. We didn't explode, we only came undone. One quiet silence, two hearts on the run. Time took pieces of us like waves from a shoreline. Pulled what we built back into the dark. I keep holding these crumbs of a once golden lifeline. You're still in my veins but gone from my arms. Time took pieces of us till it carved out my heart. It wasn't one big ending, it was all the almost. Every call you later, every I don't know. like waves from a shoreline, pulled what we built back into the dark. I keep holding these crumbs of a once golden lifeline. You're still in my veins, but gone from my arms. Time took pieces of us. Now I live with the scar. Time took pieces of us, and it carried my heart. You were rinsing off the coffee cups. I was scrolling through my phone. Same four walls, same quiet talk. Felt a little more alone. You said we're both just tired. I laughed it off, changed the tone. Thought storms give you warning. This one hit, sky still gold. We broke without seeing it coming. No slam doors, no midnight running. Just a crack in a word, then the ground disappeared. We broke in the middle of nothing. Just a Tuesday that turned into flooding. How can silence sound like screaming? We broke without seeing it coming. All our pictures on the hallway shelf kept on smiling like they knew, while your toothbrush and your t-shirts left the bathroom on by 2. You said, I don't think I love you like I used to. Not the same. The way you folded up that sentence burned my chest more than my name. We broke without seeing it coming. No slam doors, no midnight running. Just a crack in a word, then the ground disappeared. We broke in the middle of nothing. Just a Tuesday that turned into flooding. How can silence sound like screaming? We broke without seeing it coming. All the tiny almost fights, you letting all the candles die. Me staying late, you asking why. Guess the fault lines grew. Thought forever meant we'd bend. Didn't think this was the end. I was making weekend plans. You were learning how to lose. We broke without seeing it coming. No big scene, just a quiet cutting. One slow breath, one last look, and the future disappeared. We broke in the middle of nothing. Just a promise that fell into rushing. How can breathing feel like bleeding? We broke without seeing it coming. We used to talk in half words, finish every thought. Now we sit on separate islands, sharing the same couch. You laugh at something on your phone, I fake a little smile. Your shoulders only inches, but it feels like miles. We lost touch. say that I'm okay. Both of us are shouting quietly in our separate heads. We lost touch with us, somewhere between the days and the damage. Every promise gathered dust, faded in the silence we managed. You're right here, but I don't feel your love. We held on to each other till we lost touch with us. Was there a moment we could have turned around, one honest sentence before we drowned? If I reach for your hand, will you pull away or stay? Is there anything left that we can save? We lost touch with us, somewhere between the days and the damage. Every promise gathered dust, faded in the silence we managed. You're right here, but I don't feel your love. We're holding on to memories of who we used to trust. Two strangers in the ruins where we lost touch with us. You used to leave your keys on the counter by the sink. Mismatched mugs, half a joke, half a dream. You used to hum off key, talk in circles just to stay. Now your words are sharp, cutting paths I cannot trace. I keep searching your eyes for the face I knew, but the light that lived there slipped out of the room. You became someone hard to recognize, standing in your skin like a stranger in disguise. All the little things I loved scattered on the floor. You became someone hard to recognize, and I don't know who I'm crying for anymore. Is it you or the ghost at my door? You used to text too much, every thought, every small thing. Now my phone stays dark, like it's holding in the sting. You used to say my name like a promise on your tongue. Now it sounds so cold, like a line you've only sung. I replay every laugh, every tender fight, looking for the moment you slipped out of sight. You became someone hard to recognize, standing in your skin like a stranger in disguise. All the little things I loved scattered on the floor. You became someone hard to recognize, and I don't know who I'm crying for anymore. Is it you or the ghost at my my door. Maybe I held on to who you were too tight, too tight. Maybe you let go long before that night. I trace your outline on the empty side of bed, trying to remember what it felt like in your head. You became someone hard to recognize, standing in your skin like a stranger in disguise. All the little things I love scattered on the floor. You became someone hard to recognize, and I don't know who I'm crying for anymore. Is it you or the ghost at my door? So I'll learn you're leaving, like I once learned your smile. Let the old you fade, one breath at a time. We were trading little glances over coffee, over screens. You were laughing at my stories, or that's how I painted each scene. I was talking in the kitchen, you were halfway out the door. All the questions I kept skipping stack like letters on the floor. I mistook your quiet for comfort on my side. Didn't see the silence filling up the sky. You drifted further than I noticed, just a fraction more each day, like a tide that slips the shoreline while I'm looking the other way. You drifted further than I noticed, till your shadow left my wall. I was reaching for your answer, didn't hear you say it all. I remember folded blankets on the space you didn't use, how your jacket stayed on hangers, how your voice grew soft and bruised. You were sleeping on the edges, dreams already packed and sealed. I kept lying to the mirror, calling distance something healed. All the almost conversations faded at the start. I kept tracing constellations, you were drawing us apart. You drifted further than I noticed, just a fraction more each day, like a tide that slips the shoreline while I'm looking the other way. You drifted further than I noticed, till your shadow left my wall. I was reaching for your answer, didn't hear you say it all. Maybe love does not explode, maybe it just thins. One forgotten how was a work, a missed touch on your skin. All the tiny gentle fractures laid across our days. By the time I tried to hold you, you were already away. You drifted further than I noticed, By the time I called your name, all I heard was distant echoes, fading like a picture frame. You drifted further than I noticed. Now the quiet feels so tall. I keep searching through the silence for the moment you let go at all. You drifted further than I noticed, till I turned and found the proof. Just your footprints in the doorway and a hollow in the truth. You used to talk about the smallest things, the way the rain got caught in your sleeves. Now every word feels weighed and watched. You check your phone like I'm an afterthought. Did I miss a moment? Was there some hidden sign? I replay each Tuesday like I could press rewind. You grew distant without reason, like a season that just skipped. One day we were still laughing, next day I could feel you slip. And you won't say if I hurt you, or if love just lost its meaning. I'm here begging for an answer. You grew distant without reason. You say you're tired, but you don't say of what. You keep your eyes pinned down to your cup. You flinch from touch, then say you're fine. You changed your key somewhere between my lines. I searched through our pictures for a crack in your smile. Was it there in August, or did it grow with time? You grew distant without reason, like a movie cut in half. All the scenes just stop and scatter, but I'm still stuck in the last. And you won't say if I failed you, or if you just stopped believing. I'm here holding every silence. You grew distant without a reason. If you're hurting, I can listen. If you're leaving, say it plain. Don't let me drown in questions, chasing shadows in your face. Tell me something I could carry, even if it breaks my faith. Anything is better than this empty space. You grew distant without reason, like a house with vacant rooms. I still walk our usual corners, but they echo now with you. And you won't say if it's over, or if you're still here just sleeping. So I lie awake and wonder why you grew. Why you grew distant without reason. half a cup of cold tea, lipstick on the rim you used to trace, your sweater on the backseat, breathing in a ghost I cannot face. I keep all the windows closed, pretend that the world forgot this place, talking to the hallway just to hear a human voice in space. You left me with empty nights, 4 a.m. and flickering light, counting cracks above my bed, like the things we left unsaid. You left me with hollow rooms, every corner spelling you. I reach out but nothing bites. You left me with empty nights. Phone lights up with no name, spam calls feel like someone saying hi, scrolling through our old frames, pausing on the one where you looked shy. I sleep on the edges now, saving you a space you'll never find. I keep all your secrets, though you didn't wanna keep me this time. You left me with empty nights, 4 a.m. and flickering light, tracing shapes in tangled sheets where your heartbeat used to meet. You left me with hollow rooms, echoes walking through the gloom. I reach out but nothing bites. You left me with empty nights. Did you ever drive past, see the curtains barely move? Do you ever taste the last winter in the coffee that you brew? I'm learning how to breathe in a house that doesn't breathe you. I'm learning how to leave what refused to leave me too. You left me with empty nights, 4 a.m. and flickering light. I'm the only witness here to the way we disappeared. You left me with hollow rooms, but I'm lighting candles too, till the dark feels almost right. In these slowly healing nights. You were here in the tremble of my hands, coffee cooling on the table. You kept checking your phone instead. I laughed it off, said you must be tired again, but the space beside your shoulder felt wider than the bed. Every breath a little farther from your chest, every word falling shorter than the rest. You slipped further every moment, like water through my open palms. Every second that I held you, you were already gone. I kept talking like I meant it, but your eyes were somewhere else. You slipped further every moment, till I barely knew myself. You were home, but your foot footsteps sounded strange, moving quiet through the hallway, like a guest that wouldn't stay. I tried jokes, tried to pick another fight, anything to hear you shout, anything to feel you stay. Every breath a little colder in the room, every touch fading faster than perfume. You slipped further every moment, like water through my open palms. Every second that I held you, you were already gone. I kept talking like I meant it, but your eyes were somewhere else. You slipped further every moment, till I barely knew myself. Did you notice when I stopped reaching first to say your name? When the pictures on the fridge looked like strangers in a frame, I could feel you drifting backward while you swore you'd never leave, losing you in tiny pieces, too quiet to believe. You slipped further every moment, like daylight leaving through the blinds. Every second I remember hurts a little more each time. I kept holding to the shadow of the love we almost kept. You slipped further every moment, till there was nothing left. Nothing left. Door sighs, then silence. Coat sleeve brushes air. You don't even glance back, like there's nothing there. My name on your tongue, you swallow it down. Leave the cup half empty, keys still on the ground. You walked away without hesitation, like every memory weighed you down. Left all our colors at the station, stepped on the train, never turned around. You walked away like it was nothing, like I was just another town. You walked away without hesitation, and I'm the only echo now. Chair still pulled out, phone light on the floor. Your heart beats a rumor I don't feel anymore. You don't slam the door, you don't raise your voice. Cruel how the hesitation, and I'm the only echo now. Did you ever see me in the life you planned, or was I just feeling empty in your hands? I replay your shoulder turning into night, your shadow growing smaller till it's out of sight. You walked away without hesitation, pulled every photograph from view, left all our colors at the station, took only the parts that weren't me and you. You walked away like it was nothing, like love could just be written down. You walked away without hesitation, and I'm the only echo now. You don't look back, you don't look back. I'm standing in the doorway, frozen in the cracks. You walked away without a sound, and I'm still here on this empty